Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Shariza Mehaya from class AS222-6A1 and I will talk about the fact of calcium. First, we will talk about the introduction. So, calcium has the chemical symbol Ca and the atomic number is 20. It belongs to the alkaline earth metals group and is extremely reactive. Calcium is used in the making of steel, cement, and other building materials, as well as the creation of other chemicals. It is also an important nutrient for both plant and animals, and it is frequently added to fertilizers and animal feed. In the human body, calcium is important for a variety of functions. It is a key component of bones and teeth, where it helps to provide structure and strength. Calcium is also important for muscles function, nerve transmission, blood clotting, and enzyme activation. So, we moving on to the history. The name of calcium is derived from the Latin word cals, which means lime. So, as we can see, there is a portrait of a man which is a British chemist, Sir Humphrey Davy. So the element itself was first isolated and identified by the British chemist Sir Humphrey Davy in 1808, using the electrolysis to separate it from its compounds. So now we will talk about the properties of calcium. There is two properties, which is chemical properties and physical properties. So for chemical properties, there is four that we can talk about, which is reactivity, electronegativity, bonding, and stability. So first, we talk about the reactivity. So calcium is a highly reactive metal that readily reacts with water and acid to form calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Calcium also reacts with oxygen to form calcium oxide. Second, we talk about the electronegativity. So calcium is low negativity but has tendency to lose electron in chemical reaction. Third, we talk about the bonding. So calcium can form ionic bonds with other elements as it readily to lose two electrons to achieve stable electron configuration. So lastly, we talk about the stability. So calcium is relatively stable in elemental form, but ready to react with other elements to form compounds. So secondly, we talk about the physical properties of calcium. So there is the appearance of the calcium is silvery white metal with slightly grayish tint and also soft metal. Calcium density is low and the melting point is high, which is 842 degrees Celsius. The boiling point is also very high, which is 1484 degrees Celsius. And lastly, calcium is a very good conductor of heat and electricity. Now we talk about the advantage of calcium. There is 5 advantage that we can talk about, which is the first one is strong bones and teeth, muscle and nerve function, blood clotting, heart health, and pregnancy and lactation. First, we talk about the strong bone and teeth. Calcium is an essential nutrient that is necessary for the growth and maintenance of a strong bone and teeth. An adequate calcium intake can reduce the risk of osteoporosis and other bone disease. Second, we talk about the muscle and nerve function. Calcium plays a critical role in muscle and nerve function, involved in the transmission of nerve impulse and the contraction of muscles. The third one is blood clotting. Calcium helps activate the clotting factors that are necessary for the formation of blood clots. The fourth one is heart health. An adequate calcium intake linked to the lower risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke. And lastly, pregnancy and lactation. An adequate calcium intake is important to support the growth and development of the fetus and to maintain the maternal bone health. Lastly, we talk about the application of calcium. There is three application, which is construction, agriculture, and food industry. For in construction, calcium is a key component in production of cement and concrete. Calcium is used to strengthen the structure and provide durability. Second, for agriculture, calcium is important nutrient for plant growth and used as soil amendment to improve soil structure and nutrient availability. And lastly, food industry. Calcium is added in a variety of food products such as milk, cheese, and yogurt as a nutrient fortifier and also used as a food preservative.